Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to those Sports Lions Den with James Ryan. Just to let you guys know, uh, sorry for not doing this a little sooner, but hey, new digs, new, just a whole lot of things going on, and I haven't really had time to get up here on the online to let you guys all know this. But today I've been doing an adjusted JPI, so it counts losses against you. It counts losses or wins for you. Overtime game still the same. Points adjusted. It's just a whole bunch of different terminology. But yeah, it's actually been not too bad. I mean, it's tried it over at the sports book the other back in October, and I was making kept it pretty consistent. I ended up leaving the entire month with about $17 profit. That's including almost betting every single game, and only had to use about $75 the entire time. So, uh, well, without further ado, I'm gonna have say these games for November 20th, or actually November 21st, 2019. The and if I'm gonna give ranks to these teams. I do my top 10 uh, every day. If I'm on here, I'm gonna give them a ranking. There's only one ranked opponent playing in NBA tonight. There's nobody in the NFL, but I've got 8 out of the 10 ranked hockey teams are playing tonight because it's a good slew of games in hockey right now. Uh, so without further ado, let's go. In the NBA, the Portland Trailblazers facing the number 2 ranked Milwaukee Bucks. Now, a lot of people are going, well, what about Boston? Well, Milwaukee's just been blowing out teams better than anybody other than the Lakers. Lakers are my number 1 team in the, and for once I can say that, and I'm not really biased because even though I'm a Laker fan, I have them ranked in number 1. Uh, for all you Boston fans, Boston's ranked number 3 in NBA. New England's ranked number 1 in the NFL, and Boston's ranked number 1 in NHL. So Boston, the city of Boston's actually got some pretty good on teams right now on my ranking. Sorry, New York. I hate to say this. And you know what? I'm really not a fan of either team. But I give respect where respect is due. I give Boston their. Uh, Even though my favorite teams really are in NBA, I'm number 1. My number 2 team, I'm the number 2 team in NFL, San Francisco, baby. And my Vegas Golden Knights are 11th on my ranking. So if you ever want to say, well, he's pretty much biased, not really. I just go by results. But that Milwaukee game, I got a 32.2 advantage on Milwaukee right now. So even though I think I just saw the lines, I think I'm literally looking at a 13.5 on Milwaukee. I'm thinking they're going to cover that. Portland has not done me any favors when I bet them. So that one's going to be an interesting game. I really do think that that's going to play out pretty well. This is an unranked matchup. This is the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Phoenix Suns. Uh, I'm going with another home team. Phoenix is a 14.5 advantage over New Orleans, according to my AJPI. So that one, I'm just thinking, um, Phoenix is a pretty good, strong team. They didn't do me any favors with when they played Sacramento the other day. I took them at +2.5. I lost the game, lost by 4. But that one, I would say if I was going against in anyone in NBA, I would take Milwaukee. Uh, I always tell people take money line because I honestly think money line $30 on Milwaukee should get you covered. Um, NFL game, the only NFL game on Thursday night. The Colts, Indianapolis Colts versus the Houston Texans. Neither one of these teams are ranked in my standings yet. Uh, Houston is a 1.1 advantage over Indianapolis, according to my HAPI. That's another home dog that I'm thinking is going to be pretty decent. Uh, but I like Deshaun Watson. I've been praising him since he got out of Clemson. I've got some buddies of mine that thought he was going to be a bust and everything like that, and proof is in the pudding. But in the NHL, this is where a big slew of games are coming in. I watched a few games last night on Wednesday night. Congratulations to the Rangers beating Washington. They knocked them down a little bit. But my game of the day is when I have two ranked opponents playing against each other. Those are my games of the day. I only got one today, and it's coming up. But here's the slew of games. The Buffalo Sabres are going against the number one ranked team in the Boston Bruins. And I have Boston a 13.4 advantage. Now, when I say advantages, means that's the difference between. I always give teams points for every result they have, and that's the difference between the two teams in any one matchup. So, the higher the team, or the larger the margin, the more likely I think they're going to win the game. Pretty much is what I'm thinking. The Philadelphia Flyers versus the Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina's a 3.5 advantage. Pittsburgh, number 10, ranked Pittsburgh Penguins, is going against the number 4 New York Islanders. Oh my lord. Who thought I would say something of that nature? The number 4 ranked team in NHL, the New York Islanders, but they only have a 4.1 advantage against the Pittsburgh Penguins. That's the only game of the day I got. That's the only game where I have both teams ranked in my top 10. That's the game to watch. So if you want to pick any one game, I would say take that one. Take the Anaheim Ducks versus the Florida Panthers. Florida's at a 2.8 advantage. The Detroit Red Wings versus the Columbus Blue Jackets. Columbus, I have a 1.7 advantage. Calgary Flames versus last year's champs and my number 9 team ranked, the St. Louis Blues. 6.1 advantage for the Blues. I think this is going to be the first time I'm picking a road team. Vancouver Canucks versus the Nashville Predators. Vancouver is a 4.6 advantage. Now, Nashville was a great team. They've been playing pretty well. There's a lot of great teams that are playing, but they're just having an off beginning of the year, I'm going to say. But Nashville is one of them. My Vegas Golden Knights are another one. So, that one, I'm saying that as of the results, I'm expecting Vancouver to win. And I've got a confidence. Basically, it's like a confidence rating. 4.6. Number 5, Colorado Avalanche. Now, that's a long time since the Colorado Avalanche has had a great team, and I'm loving it because I remember back in the 90s, they actually had a strong team. The Colorado Avalanche going to Minnesota and playing the Minnesota Wild. Colorado is a 9.4 advantage. Here was a team that was going to be favored. It was a favorite to win it all. The Tampa Bay Lightning are outside my top 10 right now. Vegas is better than them. The Tampa Bay Lightning is going to Chicago Blackhawks, and I've got the Chicago Blackhawks 1.7 advantage. So these ones are just you look at them and you're like, okay, they could go either way. So Winnipeg Jets, they're having a little scandal up there. I don't know. I heard something about it last night. Versus the Dallas Stars, seventh ranked Dallas Stars. Dallas, I've got it at a 4.2. Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Arizona Coyotes. Now, Arizona, power to the desert. I always tell people I was born in Northern California, raised in the southern deserts of California. So any city that represents the deserts, I tend to root for them once in a while. Sixth ranked Arizona, they're playing Arizona Coyotes 7.3. So now this is the rivalry that I always enjoy watching because it's within the first 3 years Vegas has been a team. This team we played them in the playoffs twice. We really can't stand them. There's a lot of fights with them. The San Jose Sharks are coming into my home, Vegas, to play the Vegas Golden Knights, and I've got Vegas a 5-point advantage. So let me just let you all know, I'm still rooting for my Vegas Golden Knights. I got it, as a matter of fact, right there. Yeah, can't see it, but. And finally, last game of the night. Number 3. Even though every time I bet them, they decide to have a losing record every time I play in them. But Edmonton, number 3, the Edmonton Oilers, are taking on my worst team in the rankings. And I want to say this to all those, and I feel sorry for this team, the Los Angeles Kings. Within like 5 or 7 years, you've turned from the world champs, to like the worst team in the league. Right now, this is like the biggest margin in hockey I have today because it's a number 3 versus a number 31. Edmonton 17.2. If I was to bet any game, it would be Edmonton that I would be picking. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are my picks for the day. This is the Sports Lines letting you know that I'm going to see if you guys want to check, send me some emails. Go to American Vet Sports Handicapping at gmail.com. Send me your questions. Send me, I can give you picks. I can subscribe. Donations are always appreciated. So, here's the roar, and I'm out.